That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Looking to launch a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to begin? Part-time service in the Ohio Army National Guard can help. You can kickstart your career by enlisting in one of our many trades-based jobs. Get paid to learn these skills and gain on-the-job training when you report to your unit 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks in the summer. To learn how the Guard can pay for your civilian trade certification, visit nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can save big on select varieties of Kroger cheese. 6 to 8 ounce packs are just $1.79 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leave with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Truck drivers, take control of your schedule in 2026 with a home daily driving job at Midwest Logistics Systems. As an MLS driver, you'll have a consistent Monday through Friday work week, earn predictable pay, and haul no-touch freight while driving out and back routes. Plus, MLS drivers fuel their paychecks with performance-based bonuses and enjoy a benefits package with health care, a 401k, paid time off, and more. Don't wait. Learn about our selection of local dedicated driving jobs and apply today at MidwestLogisticsSystems.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Don't start the new year with the same old ride. Right now, score low lease payments on all 2026 models, like $149 a month for a brand new Elantra or $159 for a new Sonata. Hurry in and kick off the new year right. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With proof credit $39.95 down plus tax, title, and fees. 2-year lease with 10K miles per year. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Ends 2/2.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Rothman and Ice.
I feel like this is part of how GMs think. I think this way in fantasy. I imagine in reality it works somewhat similar.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, you know what? You've heard it. The winter's bad. This weekend's supposed to get really cold and apparently really snowy. So if you are feeling that cold air in your house, maybe you're sitting by your windows and you notice it and you feel that cold air coming in, you look at your energy bill, you see they're going up and up and up, which I know they're going up for everybody, but they're going up even more than you expected. It could be because of your cold, drafty windows, letting all that air out of your house, letting in some of the cold air. You're not getting the most energy efficient experience from your windows. That can change with Window Nation. They can put in windows in your house in less than a day. They are some of the best windows you're going to find. 50-point inspection from the factory. All the things you want to make your house more energy efficient, keep you warmer in the cold months, cooler in the warm months. That's what you can get from Window Nation. And right now they got a great deal. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free. That is the sale this month from Window Nation. Buy 4, get 4 windows free going on now. You can also get them with 0 down. 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Yeah. So replace your old builder-grade windows that came with your house with these much better upgraded windows from Window Nation and buy 4, get 4 free right now. Get your free estimate online, schedule your consultation, all that stuff. Just go to windownation.com right now. Get a free estimate through Window Nation at windownation.com.
I've done something that they said couldn't be done when it comes to the NFL.
What's that?
I figured it out.
Oh, you figured it out?
I figured it out on offense.
Great.
I come up with a theory.
Okay.
You need either a top 5 offensive line or you need a top 10 quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
Top 5 offensive line.
Top 5 offensive line.
10 quarterback.
Top 10 quarterback. That theory will be tested at 3 p.m. Sunday, January 25th. It will be tested. Why, you say? Because according to PFF, the Denver Broncos have the number 1 offensive line as pass blocking and run blocking. They are number 1. I know that Bo Nix is out, but they still got that offensive line intact. If they can beat if they can beat Drake May, who I would consider, I mean, the guy's either going to win the MVP or he's going to be second in the MVP.
But he's got to be a top 10 quarterback.
He's got to be a top 10.
Yes, of course.
Something's got to give.
Well, right. I mean, when you get both of those together, now I'm curious, what is the opposite? Jarrett Stidham, not ranked. Okay, fine, we got that. But on the, do we know what the Patriots' offensive line is as far as like in those PFF rankings? I wonder if they're in like the top 5.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, because I wonder if they're also in like the top 5 or top 10. Then I might take a combo of 2 top 10 quarterback offensive lines. I might take that combo. Now, again, they don't play the other offensive line, obviously, but if that combo is the best offensive line and a quarterback who hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years, the average of like, hey, it's a top 10 or top 15 offensive line with a top 10 quarterback MVP candidate.
The New England Patriots line, according to PFF, ranks 11th.
Okay.
Which is just outside of the top 10.
The Broncos are 5.5-point dogs in this game at home. That is apparently the largest home dog there's ever been in a championship game, at least going back for decades.
So you want to hear what the top 5?
Since the AFL-NFL merger in 1970, no one has had that big of a line. There have been 112 conference championship games. No home team has been that big of an underdog in any of those games. So unprecedented line there.
I'm going to give you the top 6 offensive lines according to PFF.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, 2 should have went to the playoffs until their quarterback got hurt. 1 is the Broncos, 2 is the Colts, 3 is the Bears, 4 is the Rams, 5 is San Fran.
Okay.
All playoff teams, except for the Colts, which they would have been.
Well, sure, if
Indiana Jones never went down.
You know how much I hated on him and didn't believe in him, but obviously we can't put the failure of this season on, he got hurt. Maybe they would have melted down anyway, but it's no way to know because he got hurt there. But if I were the Colts, I would be trying to upgrade the quarterback position anyway. But that's another story for another day.
You think they're gonna get Malik Willis or Mac Jones?
Yeah, you could do one of those. I still think if they could ever find a way to move up to get Fernando Mendoza on that offense, I know. But if you could,
Ty Simpson is what they could get.
You know what? I'd be open to that.
Yeah, but then it's like the Anthony Richardson project because he only played a year of college. He played 1 year of college.
Anthony Richardson's completion percentage was something abysmal at Florida, and people still fell in love with him.
That's because he's an athlete.
Let me say, I think I'll say this.
Let me see.
Because I have said Ty Simpson fell off a cliff in the second half of that year. He should not be like the number 2 quarterback off the board, anything like that. But if somehow he fell to where the Colts
64% completion, 64.5 completion percentage.
That's good in the NFL, not good for a top-tier college quarterback.
Here's what I would say with Ty Simpson, though. That man was running for his life for half the season and getting hit constantly. You put him behind that Colts offensive line with the weapons they have. You put a lot of quarterbacks behind that offensive line. That's how bad Anthony Richardson was that you've built this offensive line, and he still wasn't good. So I think Ty Simpson has a better upshot of possibly getting something done there, but I still don't think he's like the best quarterback in this class at all, anything like that. Now, you brought up offensive line talent and saying if you have a top 5 offensive line, that gives you a chance to go win Super Bowl.
Correct.
You mentioned 2 teams that are playing each other right? No. You mentioned the Rams.
The Rams have the number 4 offensive line.
Did you mention Seattle?
Yeah, where is Seattle's offensive line?
Is
not up there.
Down there.
They're 15th.
Okay. All right.
15th.
And the jury is out still, I think, if Sam Darnold is a top 10 quarterback.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say that. He has to be top 10 now.
Yeah.
I'm saying the last 2 years.
It's shuffled this year.
With 2 different franchises, he went at least, 13, 14 wins? And I know it's not all him. It's the defense. I mean, Seattle's defense is unbelievable, right? So, that's part of it. But he leaves the Vikings, and they instantly aren't as good. He goes to Seattle, and they instantly elevate to one of the best teams in the NFL with a new coach, with a great defense. But he was a part of both those teams. How can I I have to factor that in, I feel like.
Yeah, and I didn't mean that as a slight, because 2 years ago you would say, no way in hell, Sam Darnold might not even be in the league in 2 years, which 100%. You have said 2 years ago.
It's crazy.
So,
I mean, Baker Mayfield in that draft is now close to Josh Rosen as being the worst quarterback in the first round.
Wow.
Who else? Lamar, Sam,
Josh Allen,
Josh Baker, and Josh Rosen.
You're right.
He's closer to Josh.
I'd take Sam Darnold over Baker.
Point for my Bakerfield. I will add that to the list.
I would take Sam Darnold over Baker Mayfield. All right, so let's make some picks. What do we think's going to happen here?
Patriots, Seahawks, Mike versus Mike. Mike Vrabel versus Mike McDonald.
I have no problem taking the Patriots. Obviously, the Jarrett Stidham thing is hanging over Denver. That's just a tough blow to not have Bo Nix out there.
It could be Mike and Mike or Sean versus Sean.
Oh.
Sean McVay versus Sean Payton. It's Mike and Sean versus Mike and Sean right now.
Yeah. I think I keep doubting the Rams, and I'm going to keep doubting them because I know that they're great.
Mike and Mike.
I think it's going to be
Mike in the morning.
I think it's going to be Braves gets it done in Denver, and I'm going to say Seattle with that defense holds serve at home, and those are your 2 Super Bowl matchups. Where are you?
Y'all would love for 2 defensive head coaches. 2 defensive-minded head coaches in the Super Bowl. Oh, that's the term we need in the NFL.
Well, I've been on the Rams since July. I said they were going to make the Super Bowl when we did our preview, so I'm going to stick with it. And then the other game, I think the Broncos are actually going to cover, but Patriots win outright.
All right. Where are you at, Tyvis? Did you make your picks?
This is Patriots, Seahawks.
Okay.
This is obviously I'm picking the Hawks for obvious reasons. I should pick the Broncos too because I love my time in Denver, but the Stidham thing it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for a guy who hasn't played this year to do it. Even although I feel like he's been highly regarded though. I feel like players have his back, and I really should be more sympathetic for them because I've been in that situation before where you lose your starting quarterback and you got to play a big game and nobody expects anything of them, and boom, they end up winning it all. So maybe history repeats itself.
Maybe
this is one of those moments, which if we get Denver versus Seattle and I have to pick, I'm definitely taking Seattle. But
we'll get there when we get there.
I would love for a Tyvis Powell Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that would. Well, of course you would. Why wouldn't you? By the way, we all picked the Patriots to win. So congrats, Denver, on your berth to the Super Bowl.
Probably.
Since we love that. I got a weird story about a dead NFL billionaire. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, some better news this morning. We had a crash that just cleared up on the south side of Columbus on State Route 104, really that westbound direction, just passing Lockburn Road. All lanes officially back open. Your average drive time is looking pretty good out there at 55 miles per hour. As for that western outer belt, your drive time's also looking nearly perfect this Friday. So on 270, it will take you basically from 33 to Roberts Road 6 minutes this morning. You are flying Roberts Road to 70. Got you there at 1. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at Tri-State Men's Health. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you in Hilliard and Westerville.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Why settle for a cold burrito when you can get toasted at Hothead Burritos? Crispy golden on the outside, perfectly melted cheese on the inside. Create your burrito, quesadilla, or bowl and get it toasted at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued, Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years. I would try drugstore insoles and supports.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, we know the search for pain relief can feel like a hopeless ordeal.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections. I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
At the Good Feet store, we hear stories every day of all kinds of cheap inserts, expensive shoes, and other failed remedies people have tried that just didn't work.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked. And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I'm so glad I met Good Feet. It changed my life.
Don't lose hope. Give the Good Feet store a try. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Last night, the Columbus Blue Jackets were looking to bounce back from the first loss of the Rick Bowness era. Zach Werenski scored the lone goal of the night, and Jet Greaves had 28 saves, leading the Jackets to a 1-0 shutout victory over the Dallas Stars. The CBJ will be back on home ice tomorrow night at 6:30 right here on The Fan. The Ohio State women's basketball team hosted Indiana last night and were down by as many as 12 points in the third quarter, but came back to win 81-67 and extended their winning streak to 7 games. And finally, the Ohio State men's basketball squad will be on the road in Auburn tonight versus the team up north. Coverage begins tonight at 7, starting with the Fan warm-up show right here on The Fan. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Need help recovering from the holidays? Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/holiday loan.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
If you're struggling with erectile dysfunction and are ready to move past the frustration and embarrassment, it's time to call Tri-State Men's Health. There may be no better resolution than finally taking control of your ED. Because Tri-State Men's Health has the treatments when the pills and the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some of those treatments can have you last an hour or more. Given the weather this weekend, you're going to have plenty of time. There are 6 locations, 2 of them located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard, the other one's in Westerville. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99, which includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TMPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. So call them today at 800-900-9654. Visit tristatemenshealth.com.
The Ohio State women's basketball team last night, by the way,
rolling,
outscored Indiana in the second half 49-25.
I watched it.
How to get the job done. My wife went and watched it, took our oldest 2.
Oh, they went to the game?
They went to the game. I stayed back with the youngest. She had ballet.
Oh.
So I was at a ballet
You get out
class.
there and be showing her how to do the...
No. I don't show her any. We pay people to teach her who know ballet.
Well,
They're teaching her
they'd be
ballet.
like, what if they what if she can't really get it? And you like, honey, you just...
I say, well, I guess we need to go somewhere else, or this isn't for you.
What
'cause
about
I can't teach you? I
What
don't know
about when
ballet.
she at home and she's like doing extra work and like she's just trying to show you at home?
Yeah, when she gets home, she's like, Daddy, look what we learned. And then she'll show me all the stuff. And I'm like, that seems good. I don't know.
She say, do it with me.
Then I go, the dog runs for cover because the dog's like, this is not going to go well. He's going to fall and I'm going to be under it. So he gets out of the room. No, I'm not graceful, Tyvis. You know that.
Tyvis, speaking of the women's team, I reached a new level in my degenerate gambling journey. I live bet a women's college basketball game.
Look at
I took
you.
the Buckeyes on the money line when they were down 12.
Well, how do you say that? Tyvis, can you help me out?
Can you help me out with on the money line?
On the money line. Now, what's funny is I had me a nice little parlay going last night, but it failed. 18-leg parlay. You know what it came down to?
No way.
17.
No way did it fail.
17 of them hit, right? No,
There's no way 17 of them hit. How does this happen with you every time?
This is sad.
Where it's like you do 19, 20, 18 team parlays. It's like, oh, it's just one thing.
So this is what it came down to. And how the world wanted me to hit this parlay because it shouldn't even been close. It started with the Sixers game, right? The Sixers game, I think I needed Maxey and I needed Paul George. I needed him to get 10 points and I needed Maxey to get 20. When the game finished at regular time because it went into overtime, which was the only reason that I hit the parlay, was close to hitting the parlay, was because it went into overtime. Maxey scored, got 21, and I think he finished with 30, and then Paul George hit a 3 in overtime. So I was like, oh, check, got that one done. It came down to Anthony Edwards. He needed 20 points, 2 threes.
Okay.
This man finished with 20 points, 1 3.
Oh,
I sat there and watched the end of this game. I can't even be mad at him because he shot like 4 of them and none of them went in.
Yeah,
that's why I lost.
He missed a 3 at the buzzer too.
Yes.
Yeah.
$693.
So your contention is that you had a 18
leg parlay, 17 of them hit.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. I'm sorry, Tyvis.
I think it's a lie.
You know what? If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I ain't got wings.
That's just the common story of every person telling you a story about a parlay.
Yes.
I hit 99 out of 100 legs. I was going to retire.
The good news between me, the difference between me and them is I got it right here. I got it right here.
Oh, how many dollars are lost by people who are like, if I just add one more leg, then that'll be worth it. If you knew which leg wouldn't hit, you'd be
It's
a millionaire.
Anthony Edwards. Who would think that you can't make 2 threes? The man shoots like 10 of them a game.
I think he leads the league in attempts or is close.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he had a bad night last night.
Clearly. You know why? Because he knew I needed 2.
I guess so. So this story about a dead NFL billionaire, Jim Irsay, his death is now being investigated by the FBI. This is real. So last year, this story was not well received when it came out because around the NFL, Jim Irsay is a really nice guy. He was very generous with his time and with his money. A lot of people loved Jim Irsay because of just how he seemed like a big fan, right? And that's all reasonable and fair. And I also get at the time of his death, people probably didn't really want to hear about like all of his shortcomings as a human. He was very open about his struggles with addiction as well, right? However, there is some weirdness around his death. Dr. Harry Harutanian is the guy who was basically taking care of Jim Irsay in the end stages of his life. Jim Irsay had apparently been, over the last few years, according to this report from the Washington Post, had allegedly fallen back into some issues with drugs.
Old habits.
Yeah. So the Washington Post contended in their article that they wrote this in I think back in August or around there, that this Harry Harutanian, who's a luxury recovery doctor, he prescribed Irsay opioids and eventually ketamine. Now, this doctor says he was providing care for someone who had been struggling with addiction, and he didn't do anything illegal. He didn't do anything wrong. He put on the death certificate that Irsay died of natural causes of cardiac arrest. Like, that, which is, I guess a natural cause, according to this article. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know how coroner's reports work, but apparently that's what was put on the death certificate. Well, now the FBI is kind of calling some of this into question, and they're investigating the situation because they're concerned, apparently, that something may have been done here that was more than just, I'm prescribing some medication to help this person out. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. Apparently, you have to be both to understand this case, because I don't know what you are and are not allowed to prescribe to someone who's dying, who has addiction issues, but apparently the FBI is concerned about it, and so they're looking into it. So
yeah, I thought if you had addiction and stuff, it was certain things you can't be prescribed. Now, where you're dying, I don't know what the rules is on that part.
I'm sure if you go to a hospital, that would be correct, because the hospital doesn't want to get sued for medical malpractice or wrongful death. But if you're hiring a private doctor whose job is to help you feel comfortable as you are dealing with whatever it is, I mean, in a way, and I'm not defending this doctor. I don't know. But if you remember, like Michael Jackson at the end of his life, apparently he was taking, was it propofol? I feel like was the drug there was some drug being prescribed to him that I've heard people talk about it who like understand how drugs work. And they said the amount he was being given at the end of his life was like 5 times what the average person would be like at risk of taking if you took it at a hospital. Like if you were at the hospital and they gave you this, you would be on every watch of like, oh my gosh, we may be pushing the limits. He was taking like 4 or 5 times that from his doctor, who obviously had his own scrutiny that happened. So that is what this situation reminded me of a little bit. So just a messy situation there. What's odd about it to me is the NFL has never acknowledged that Jim Irsay had addiction issues. This guy was running an NFL team with this kind of thing going on. This guy may or may not have had multiple relapses, it appears, and no one ever talked about it with the NFL.
Not at all.
Got to protect the brand.
Sweep it under the rug.
Got to protect the shield. You know what, though? I bet if he was a star player and this happened, wouldn't be swept under the rug. We would have had wall-to-wall coverage on ESPN about it. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Like, whether he's a nice guy or not, whether this happened or not, whether it's his private life or not, he's an NFL owner. There's 32 of them. And it's big news if one of them is under the influence of drugs constantly and not in good health. That is something that would be newsworthy that people should know about. So that didn't get reported. FBI is now looking into it. We'll keep up with that story as it goes. Morning Breath is coming up next. Some people who should just shut up. You'll hear from them when we get back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. No major problems to talk about on the roads this morning, but we do have a lot of people still heading downtown in two sections too. So the first one's going to be 70 westbound, just passing Kelton Avenue. Pretty delayed out there with traffic, especially by that 70 and 71 split by Parsons. A similar situation though if you're heading downtown from the north side, 71 southbound by Hudson Street, a little bit packed with traffic. Looking at some slower drive times for you this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of the Columbus Men's Clinic, and I started this clinic a decade ago to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud, and even more so as we age. ED and low T tend to get worse if untreated. And guys, you're not alone. Your physician-led support team at the Columbus Men's Clinic has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate medical team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. That's columbusmensclinic.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Did you know January is the perfect time to replace your windows? At least if you go with Window Nation, it is. January at Window Nation is buy 4, get 4 window free time. Yes, that's the sale. Plus, with Window Nation, you can get 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Plus, Window Nation windows get a 50-point inspection before they leave the factory. They come with a lifetime warranty, and they can be installed within a day. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free sale. Going on now. WindowNation.com.
Get Eco.
Eco is giving away $500 in free repairs whenever you buy a new water heater.
Helps restore balance to the universe.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Ohio's public school educators have dedicated their lives to serving their students, and we must trust them as experienced professionals to do the jobs they've been trained to do. Creating the best schools and communities takes every single one of us. Please make sure the educators in your life know how much they are appreciated and respected.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Bass R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Join our resident gambling degenerates, Steve Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money. Sunday mornings at 9.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility.
The Fan.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures starting off in the teens, and then as we go throughout the day today, it will fall, and we will have feels like eventually by later today, right around or below zero with gusty winds. A mix of sun and clouds that will continue throughout the day and into tonight. And then for Saturday, it looks to be mainly dry with mostly cloudy skies, but cold with wind chills still below zero. The snow accumulation looks to begin late Saturday night and then continues all day Sunday, the latest at 10tv.com. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the Fan. Sometimes it's better if people just shut up.
Shut up!
It's time for Morning Breath.
All right. Yesterday we saw some audio from Booger McFarland. He is, of course, working for ESPN. ESPN, of course, is the mouthpiece of the South, the mouth of the South. That's all they do. Like to promote the SEC. So you might say, well, the Big Ten's won 3 straight national championships with 3 different teams. That means they're probably on par. The league as a whole is a little better than the SEC right now. Here's what Booger McFarland had to say about that.
I think we have recency bias, and we always have, and we always will. The Big Ten has won 3 in a row. Right now, the Big Ten is the preeminent college conference in college football because they've won 3 in a row and they've done it with 3 different teams. I think when you look at most people, and Nick Saban said it best, this era of college football has been changed based on the NIL and transfer portal. And Saban said it best. It's hard to get kids from down south to go up north unless you pay them. Well, guess what? We're paying them now.
Okay. So he kind of gives a little credit, but then he says it's because they're all paying the players. You have thought on that, Tyvis? Because I have plenty, but I want to give you the floor first. If you've got any thoughts on the idea that the only reason the Big Ten's doing better now is because, well, we can all pay the players. And
well, if you talk to some players, the South was getting paid before NIL was a thing. So, when you get the even playing field, I think that they seem to be boo-hooing about it. But one thing I say is, one, get your money up. That's one. One thing you say. And two, if the coaching, we do a better job of developing. I think that's what's going on now. You're getting guys that's coming in and they're getting these guys to play at the level that they want them to play quicker. Just think about this defense past year. This was a bunch of guys that really was first-time starters, and they went out there and they played lights out. Did they finish number 1 in defense this year, I believe?
I think that's right.
Yeah, so, to me, the development in the North has been much better. Even at Indiana, it's a bunch of different guys that they went out and got in the portal, but those guys came in and they were able to fit the scheme right away, and boom, away they went. I think that if you look at the SEC, it's not as dominant as it once was because we talk about Alabama's offensive line. You say Ty Simpson was running for his life a lot of the times. That wasn't a thing. Where up north, they fixed that. The offensive line in the trench play was the reason why Indiana was the best team because they were really dominant in the trenches. I just think it's just a better development that's going on up north.
Well, right. And obviously, geography, the Booger McFarland argument kind of ignores the fact that the other team that made it to the national championship game is in the South. Now, they're almost too far south to be part of what is traditionally called the South because, he's talking about SEC country, but, Miami is in South Florida. It's not just a geography thing. It's a mentality thing with the SEC, which is they for years have assumed that the best players would just want to stay home and play there because there is a great number of players who live very close, who are highly touted, who are within driving distance of a bunch of SEC schools. It's a population shift that's happened over the decades. If you can go read sociology papers about it if you want to. But the reality is there are a lot of players in that region who might want to stay home if all things are equal. But they're not. And I think the idea that the SEC is based solely on, well, we are close to where the players that want to play good are, so why don't they just come play for us? Well, that's dumb. If you're not reading the room and seeing that you have to pay, sorry, I feel like you're behind the times. But that argument also falls apart because Texas, is that not in the South? They're in the SEC now.
Yeah.
Texas, do they not have money? Texas A&M?
Texas is arguably the top 3 in NIL every year.
Texas A&M? They short on
Oregon,
cash?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm saying and then there's
they were the first ones to they had the number 1 class, and all them kids got their bag and transferred the next year.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, Georgia also, by the way, they've been very good these last few years. They haven't got a national championship, but they've been finding ways to get players too.
I mean, and going to the recency bias quote that he said, if we were saying that the Big Ten was the best conference just because Indiana won it last week, that would be recency bias.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years, 3 different teams. That's no longer recency bias. That's a trend, my friend.
Well, and if you want to say, let's throw out Georgia, Georgia won it 2 years in a row prior, right?
They haven't even been in the championship in 3 years.
No. Because it's right.
That's even worse.
Well, who was it when Michigan played? Was
Washington?
Washington, right? Which is now a Big Ten matchup. But then you had
us versus Notre
Dame, and then now obviously a Big Ten ACC matchup. But didn't Georgia win it back-to-back years?
Yeah, before that.
So if you take Georgia as an outlier in the SEC, they haven't been relevant in this discussion for 5 years. So basically pre-COVID is the last time the SEC was really multiple teams competing for national championship level.
They beat us in 2020 with Justin Fields and them.
But that COVID year was weird anyway, right? I'm just saying, I think their argument that, it's all about the big money, and if you didn't have money in college football, then the SEC would be back. Then why isn't Arkansas any good? Arkansas has the Walton family who donate money to them. That's
Jerry
the Walmart.
Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Who wants some glory holes.
And I believe even Tyson Chicken has, they've got people there that
they
are
got
also,
Tyson Chicken?
They have all the money.
And John Calipari are besties. That's why he ended up there.
That's why, yes, they care about basketball down there. I'm just saying, you have the money in the South in certain locations. You're also ignoring the fact that you just have to get better coaches. Look at schools like Florida who have whiffed on hires. LSU whiffing on a hire. Hiring a guy from the North who everyone up here at Watch Notre Dame was like, I don't think Brian Kelly's the guy. But then LSU wanted him for some dumb reason. How'd that work out? It's not just about the money. You have to make the right hire as a coach. You have to build your program right.
Well,
you
that's
have to read the
one.
trend when it comes to getting better players through the transfer portal, all that stuff.
The number one thing is you have to have the right coach. That, to me, if anything, in college it stands out the most is if you got a head coach that's a dude, more times than not, you're going to find a ton of success. And not saying Kalen DeBoer isn't for Alabama. We'll see what happens with Lane Kiffin at LSU.
Yeah.
But a lot of these programs, they got to look in the mirror and say, man, maybe this guy just don't have it no more like he used to.
That's true. By the way, one of the big talking points about because now I'm just off on the SEC. The talking points this year about the SEC, wasn't it that, they might be down or you guys say they're down, but go look at the TV ratings. Doesn't matter. People tune in to watch SEC football, the SEC, and it was week in, week out. You would have an SEC game outdrawing a good Big Ten matchup or a good ACC matchup, and it would be the top 2 or 3 games every week would be on the SEC.
I can't wait till next year. I hope the Big Ten win it again.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. And I'm hardly the person who's a conference pride person, but I hate it when media narratives just run and everyone I hate groupthink. I hate when everyone just runs to the same thing and they don't actually think it through. The SEC, part of the reason that I believe those ratings were good is because those games are on ESPN. ESPN generates a following, and ESPN hypes those games up better than anyone else. Look what happened when ESPN's mechanisms were forced to hype up a Big Ten game, a Big Ten ACC game in their national championship game, because obviously ESPN has the rights to all
that was a terrible job.
No. They hyped it up.
No, they didn't.
Well, you know what? They hyped it up better. I'm saying better than what some of the other networks have done for the Big Ten games, because here's what you had this past week. Monday night's game. Did you see how many people watched?
Wasn't it 30 million?
30.1 million people. It is the highest rated national championship game since a couple teams named Ohio State and Oregon squared off in 2015.
Go Bucks.
You know a little something about that.
We had 30 million people watch our game?
I think it was around like 30.4. The highest rated one ever, I want to say, was the Texas USC game back in 2005. But here's the thing. The last 10 years, the numbers have gone down from that Oregon-Ohio State game. Who was largely in those games?
SEC.
Now, last year, Ohio State and Notre Dame were in the national championship game, right? And in that game, it was down I think it was around 20 million. So it was a pretty significant drop off, for 22 million from what it was last year. A big jump this year for Indiana. Some people might want to blame Ohio State for that. I will blame Notre Dame. And I will say once again that Notre Dame is not as big of a brand as everybody thinks they are. It's just a lot of people who are from a million years ago who are like, Notre Dame's great.
Notre Dame might be in it next year. I got them as well,
they're guaranteed to be in the playoffs because they got their stupid sweetheart deal that lets them get in. If they just even breathe close to a good record, they're going to get in. So that's great. Coming back in 2 minutes, I found a reason, despite not picking them, I found a reason why the Rams will win their game in the playoffs, in the NFC Championship game, while they will go to the Super Bowl. I'll tell you about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, over on the north side, 270 in that eastbound direction, getting pretty slow between 315 and 23, so keep that in mind. But some better drive times, at least if you're heading northbound on other interstates. 71 north, 670 to 270 will take you about 8 minutes on this Friday. 10 minutes, though, if you're taking 315 north between 670 to 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, you can save on Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef. 3-pound rolls are just $4.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
At St. Jude, every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you.
Learn more at stjude.org.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, guys, listen up. If you are struggling with energy not being as high as it should be, I say this all the time. When you play with the kids, you'll find out. If your kids are running laps around you and you're saying, oh, man, I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't have that energy. Those kids wish I could have some of that energy. That might be because you're getting older, but it also might be because you have low testosterone. That can sap your energy. It can make you not have the energy that you want, can affect your workouts, can affect your love life, can affect everything. So if you're dealing with it or you think you might be dealing with low testosterone, good way to find out is to get tested, to get a consultation with a medical professional who can tell you what's really going on. And you can find that out when you go to Columbus Men's Clinic. They will do that test for you. They will get the blood work drawn. They will find out what's going on there. And if it turns out you're a candidate, you've got low testosterone, they've got a variety of treatments to help you out. They can even help you if you're close on the testosterone, but you're not low yet. They've even got treatments to help you keep what you have and hopefully not get to that point where you start losing that energy, losing that focus. So if you want to get the treatment, you want to find out more, simple way to do it, just schedule a consultation with Columbus Men's Clinic right now. You can go online, takes you about 30 seconds, columbusmensclinic.com to get that set up, or you can call them this morning, 614-300-7400. columbusmensclinic.com as well works, but again, the number 614-300-7400. Book your consultation today. Don't wait. Get this taken care of. You don't want to deal with low testosterone if you don't have to. Low T solutions for you at Columbus Men's Clinic.
You know, we've been spending so much time talking about transfer portal, guys in and out of the portal, and all of those things, and talking about next year's team. We haven't taken the time to talk about the one big elephant in the room.
What's that?
Matt Patricia still has not signed an extension with the Buckeyes. Now, I know he's out recruiting, so I mean, I think it's going well.
Yeah,
but I'm sure he would like some more coin. And
can I
have
say,
not seen that deal done yet.
I've seen a lot of panic in the Buckeye circles. I've seen it come from a few pockets, right? Where I've had friends text me and they're like, "Are you worried Matt Patricia's leaving Ohio State?" And my standard response has been no. And everybody's like, "Why?" I've heard people saying it, people who are plugged in. Go look at who those people are, because this is my working theory on it, is that all the noise you've heard about Matt Patricia being up for different jobs in the NFL, it's really been one job. It was the Cowboys job, and that's over because they hired the Eagles defensive coordinator, did they not?
The pass game coordinator.
Yeah, whatever. So they've hired someone to fill that spot. So it wasn't him. I've heard no other interest on it. And one of the biggest names who's been throwing their weight behind this has been Albert Breer. Albert Breer obviously is a great NFL reporter. I am not besmirching his reputation at all. However, Albert Breer has a couple connections that are important to keep in mind. One, he is a huge Ohio State fan and obviously has ties to the program because he's an NFL reporter. It's his job to know stuff about Ohio State and presumably other schools where NFL talent resides, right? I mean, that's the thing. So he's certainly got some connections over at the Woody, I'm quite sure. More importantly, though, he's also a guy who I would presume has some connections with Matt Patricia. He was covering the Patriots during the time when Matt Patricia was there. He's been covering the NFL for years. Matt Patricia's been a coach in the NFL most of his career. It would be unsurprising to me if Albert Breer has decent connections with Matt Patricia. And all I'm trying to say is him and some of the other people who I've heard reporting on this, they have connections over at Ohio State too. They are over at the Woody. They are covering the Ohio State Buckeyes. So it isn't the first time I've ever seen a journalist put some info out there that is beneficial to someone who maybe they have a prior relationship with. That's all I'm saying.
Would you like to hear what Albert Breer said to the boys on Juice yesterday?
Yeah, go ahead.
This?
Go ahead.
What a lot of people around here want to know is we can merge little NFL and college. Matt Patricia on the short list, I'm sure, for some of these defensive coordinator positions that are still open. Like, what is his appeal? And do you think that he would be someone that, some of these guys would be looking to add on staff, whether they're building a whole staff out or even in a place like Dallas where there's an opening at the DC position?
Sure. I mean, I think, let's say if Matt Nagy had gotten the Tennessee job, I think he may have made a run at trying to get Patricia. No, obviously that's off the table because, Robert Saleh got the job. Robert runs a completely different system than that. So, that's not in play the way it was. So I think these things sort of float around this time of year and coaches have their wish lists. And so I don't think you guys would be surprised to hear that Patricia's on a couple of these guys' lists, but doesn't mean he's going anywhere. It's just sort of going to come down to what he wants. And I haven't gotten any sort of indication right now that he's closing in on one of the DC jobs. But I think if he really wanted to pursue one, it might be there for him.
Okay, that's fine. This is what I'm talking about. Literally, that's the only place I've heard any of this news. You go anywhere else that covers the NFL, there's not a scratch about Matt Patricia being in for any of these jobs. So
do you think
could it be that maybe a couple people, or a bunch of people who cover the Buckeyes and who cover Ohio State and know Matt Patricia are helping get info out that makes him look like, hey, if you want to get Matt Patricia, you need to sign him to a bigger deal, Ohio State? Wouldn't be the first time I've seen something like that. That's all I'm saying. It happens.
Do you think Chip Kelly not having success last year with the Raiders impacts other coordinators that was at Ohio State that's maybe trying to make the move back to the NFL.
Oh, I wouldn't think that at all. I think people could look at Chip Kelly separately from Matt Patricia. Don't get me wrong. I don't doubt that there's some NFL interest. What I'm telling you is we look at everything. We look at so many different NFL sites and stories all day long. I click on everything all the time. Anytime there's a hint of something related to the Buckeyes, I see it. You see it. Dylan sees it. We send it in the group chat. We've seen nothing about Matt Patricia other than from like Breer and that kind of wing of the coverage. And then it's like all over the OSU message boards. It's been a big talking point among OSU journalists and stuff like that. But I've seen nothing outside of that group. And all I'm saying is just be aware that some of that could be stuff that's beneficial to Matt Patricia to get his deal done, right? He's trying to get a bigger deal from Ohio State. It's not bad if it's thought for him. It's not bad if it's thought he might leave and go elsewhere. You better sign him to a big extension. So, yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that he's somewhat in play at jobs, but I've literally seen nothing about it other than that one Dallas Cowboys thing, which, of course, started from that same area. So I'm not putting a lot of stock into it. What I'm more concerned about is who's going to be the offensive coordinator for this team. That's what I'm worried about. And I do wonder, a name came up there in Breer's conversation. Matt Nagy could absolutely become your offensive coordinator for Ohio State. I'm just going to throw that out there.
What if they got
Oh, he could.
I think he's staying in the NFL.
I don't know, man. He played it he had ties to Columbus. He played for the Destroyers for a couple of years. He's not unfamiliar with the area. It's not a terrible thing if you're just saying, hey, let me drop down to college, fix an offense for a couple of years, win a championship, get a little bit further laundering of your. Don't forget, he was coordinating this Chiefs offense, right?
Yeah.
Chiefs offense, was it great this year?
No, that's why they got Bieniemy back.
Right. Like everybody talks about the musical chairs and all this stuff. Matt Nagy, was he fired from the Chiefs? Because everything was he's going out to seek employment, and then the Chiefs underneath were like, well, we're getting Eric Bieniemy back.
Well, that's the same thing that happened with Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Right. I'm saying, like, that's another name that's been attached to Ohio State. I think it's more likely that if any Matts are moving within the coordinator position, it's Matt Nagy in, not Matt Patricia out.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
It could make sense because if Matt Nagy was to get the Tennessee job, according to Albert Breer, and bring Patricia, then why wouldn't be Patricia bring Matt Nagy to Columbus if they're like tight like that?
Right. If they're that, he could easily be on the phone doing the exact same thing and saying, why do you want to go bang your head with some other coach? Just wait your turn
and then
come here and make a bunch of money and go win some championships.
As far as the thing goes, there's 10 coaches that can go out recruiting. They got all 10 spots filled up. He would literally just have to worry about offense.
Yeah. Just come in and be the guy who helped develop Julian Saint into a Heisman winner. Help develop Taven St. Clair into the next guy after that. And then as soon as you get the job call you want, go take it in a year or two. That's fine.
I would say for the people that are worried about Matt Patricia leaving, this weird trend that's starting to start in this NFL hiring cycle where people are hiring defensive head coaches again is a good sign because I don't think Matt Patricia wants to work under a head coach that's a defensive guy. He wants to be the one that's in charge of the defense. So it's a good sign to see Jeff Hafley getting hired and your boy Tyvis and Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
And if you see like Jim Schwartz get hired in Cleveland, those are good signs of Matt Patricia staying if you're someone who's concerned with him leaving, which I don't think any of the three of us are.
Exactly right. Real quick, the thing that makes me think the Rams are going to win this weekend, even though I didn't pick them to do so, the Rams are going to have Clay Martin as the referee of that Seahawks-Rams game. Clay Martin has called 7 games in his career for the Rams. Rams are 7-0 in those games. I'm saying Clay Martin on the take. No, I'm not. He's not. But just know that is a weird little thing about this weekend. Undefeated, the Rams are in games that he has refereed, and he is refereeing the NFC Championship game. So keep that one in mind for whatever purposes you need. We'll take a break, come back. We'll hit the buzzer, talk with Bo Bishop next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, over on the north side, 270 in that eastbound direction, getting pretty slow between 315 and 23, so keep that in mind. But some better drive times, at least if you're heading northbound on other interstates. 71 north, 670 to 270 will take you about 8 minutes on this Friday. 10 minutes, though, if you're taking 315 north between 670 to 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra. Exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. Do you want to start the new year off in style? Well, then my buddies at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion have just what you're looking for the best price around. You can lease a brand new 26 Chevy Silverado 1500 for just $319 a month for 36 months with only $3,879 due at signing, or you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP if you finance. Terms and restrictions apply. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step.
Bella, let's go.
Guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
Below freezing? Fire up the grill at Billiards Plus. The grilling season never ends. While you're grill shopping, you'll love browsing Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States. Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
For the past 100 years, Shriners Children's has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
Please go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Man once shaved Timmy's leg live on the air. Tune in weekdays at 3 to see what else they'll shave. Wait, what else they'll shave? Who the hell wants to listen to that?
Common Man and Timmy, smooth as silk.
Okay, The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald.
This is Bone and Tyvis.
As always, you can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Thanks to everybody who jumped in today. We had plenty of interaction there. Always appreciate it. Shout out to Wackham, who listens to the show every day. Thank you, Wackham. He brought this up. It's a good point that the OSU wrestling team, I believe, is undefeated and has a big matchup coming this weekend. So, yeah, something to keep an eye on. I don't follow the wrestling as hardcore as others do, but, yeah, good for them. Love to hear that. Hoping always for the Buckeyes to win, no matter what sport they're in.
I went up against two wrestlers 2 years ago, or what was that, 3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
I didn't make it 60 seconds.
No.
Yeah.
Go figure.
That was the goal. I think I got to 59 seconds.
Yeah, see, who is it that they're playing? They're going up against number 9 Minnesota. Ohio State is 12-0 this year. So, all right, let them live. Hopefully they get it done. Women's basketball team got it done last night. That's good.
Men getting it done tonight.
On the money line.
On the money line.
Maybe not.
By the way, you can get close to plus 1,000 at some places.
Ooh.
Put 50 on it. Call off next week.
That's $500 is enough for you to call off? No wonder you got 5 jobs.
Bo Bishop is joining us now. Bo, do you like the fact, I love it, that Ohio State has decided, let's protect the rivalry and have Ohio State and Michigan play twice a year in basketball? That's a good thing for me.
Sure. Yeah, I'm for it. I think, as this thing's all, gotten so expanded and so bloated, I think the things in basketball, from the time when I was covering the team every day and with them all the time, the games that mattered most were Michigan State and honestly Wisconsin in the heat of the Thad era.
Sure.
Michigan was a little bit down there and then Beeline got there and flipped it. So, yeah, I mean, I think Michigan State, Michigan, Indiana, those are the games you always have to play. It's funny you guys brought up the wrestling. I just had that conversation with the 14-year-old this week is, you're going to go to high school next year and perhaps there will be altercations. And I said, if you ever find yourself in an altercation with somebody with a cauliflower ear, walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
That don't end well. I don't care about what you've trained.
No.
That don't end well for anybody.
Well, that's the thing with like mixed martial arts in general, and obviously wrestling. There's some of that background, or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, whatever it is. Used to be if you saw a guy who was like 6'3", 250, and you're like, well, Tyvis, never mind, not him. But like another guy. But someone who's like a big dude, you might say like, oh man, that guy, he could probably beat me up. I don't want to mess with him. You look for someone your size. Now it's like there could be a 5'2" guy who weighs $125 who could rip you apart.
Look like Bruce Lee.
You have no idea. You can't judge by size or weight or any of that stuff.
Just watch those ears, boys. Watch those ears.
Exactly.
Bo, as you can see, wait, what is your Super Bowl prediction?
So at the beginning of the year, I had Rams and Chiefs.
So did I, Bo.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Great mind.
So you're sticking with the Rams, I'm assuming.
No, I didn't. I heard Dylan pick that earlier that he's staying with, and that's probably loyalty. It'll probably serve him well in life. But I think twice the last 2 times I went against Seattle, I looked at the line. I'm like, why are they favored in San Francisco? San Francisco had won 6 in a row, and they just housed them. And then last weekend, it was a big number, and I thought, well, Kyle will get the boys ready. They'll play close. I thought Seattle would win, but they'll play close. So I'm done doubting them. Like they've proven it to me, and so I'm rolling Seattle, New England.
It is very hard to go win in Lumen Field.
Yes,
obviously I played there, and it was like, I don't know. That place is one of the loudest. Got to be one of the loudest in the NFL. Their fans is serious. It's hard. That's why, to me, it's just like the Rams are good. Their defense, as far as the secondary goes, scares me. I just don't think they're gonna really have anything to stop JSN. If Sam Darnold's oblique is messed up, that might help him. But
I think people. I've always had a theory about Seattle. My uncle lives in Seattle. I got family out there, and I used to go there and visit all the time as a kid. I think because it's so remote. That, number one, most people here don't realize how huge Seattle is.
Oh,
how big of a city it is. It's massive.
Yeah, it is.
And the wealth that's there is quite a bit. I mean, they got big-time companies there that are pretty remarkable companies that you've all heard of. And then the other thing that I think about it is because it's so hard to get there, I think that even when they're great, they don't get talked about much. Even like the Legion of Boom days and stuff. Like, it wasn't something that we were hearing about how great they were all the time because it's just hard to get out there. It's a long damn way. And I think that's kind of it with the Seattle team. Like, I think they've kind of been disrespected this year. Some of it's probably the lack of belief in Darnold, but some of it I think is it's really hard for national people to get on a plane in New York or LA even, like people even don't even realize how far that is, and fly out there to go cover that team or go visit that team. It's just a tough cover.
Well, to your point, I mean, growing up in Central Ohio, maybe it was different. I know you grew up in Montana, but like I didn't know anybody growing up who was from Seattle. Like I didn't, or like, oh, my dad moved here or whatever from Seattle. Yeah. Everyone I knew was like, we had friends who like parents were from Chicago. We had parents were from Nashville or like, New York and Pittsburgh. And so like, I feel like nationally you end up probably with a lot of people who just in the media are, oh yeah, I grew up in Chicago. So when the Bears are good, they're getting noticed and talked about. You know what I mean? And in Seattle, I don't think you've had as much of that fair or not, maybe that's a kind of weird theory, but I feel like that has a little something to do with it. It's just sometimes people in the media just have their natural biases, and when those teams are good, they feel like it's more important. With Seattle, you probably don't have that. So, yeah, I think there's something to it. But, damn, I'll tell you, Sam Darnold being on two teams that both got, like, good over 10 wins the last 2 years, something's going on with that guy. I mean, at the very least, he knows how to pick them. If nothing else can be said, he knows how to pick a destination or to at least has good luck with the destinations he ends up in.
Well, and he also, and I don't know if it was all his choosing or if it's just how it worked out, but like, doesn't his quarterback, renaissance begin with Kyle, and then it went to O'Connell.
Yeah.
And then it went to, and now Clint Kubiak is the offensive coordinator in Seattle. So that's all a similar way of thought. They all kind of play similar schemes. And they're all brilliant. So like he went from three different places where they're like, no, I'll take care of you. Don't worry. Yeah. We'll get this thing sorted out. And it was, it's kind of like going to quarterback finishing school a little bit.
Yeah.
And now, he's in the NFC Championship game. Like, I think we can remove doubt of what he's capable of. Like, is he Stafford? No, probably not. But he's plenty damn good enough to get you to a Super Bowl, especially into a defense and a run game that's as strong as theirs is.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm sure lots of championship weekend coverage. Anything else we should know about for Friday?
Well, I got the governor in. Mr. Joshua Perry's in. Right. So when him and TP, he was the governor. I said this off the top of the show yesterday. So he was the governor and Tyvis was the senator because I thought Tyvis was a little more corrupt when I covered him.
That is 100% accurate.
So I always felt like, but those are the two guys, and you know this, Ty. I would always go talk to you two after every game.
Yeah.
When in 14, I'd find you two first.
Yeah.
Because you guys, I just thought you guys had the pulse of the team, and you came at it from different angles. You guys have very different personalities, but you would always get like a true, genuine. I just thought you guys were way ahead of your years in terms of being college kids and being able to kind of handle all of it. And so none of your guys' success surprises me at all. But we'll have a little fun with JP today.
Well, ask the governor about the run fits in Michigan State 2013. No, 2014. 2014, ask him about the run fits and see what he tells you.
Run fits.
2014.
Yeah,
that's the game in East Lansing. That's when you guys got on the map.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. The run fits is what I was concerned about. Ask him, see what his explanation is about
run
that.
fits at Michigan State 14.
Yep.
Yeah,
It'll literally be the first thing I say to him after I welcome the audience.
Thank you.
I like it.
We'll see what he has to say.
Yeah,
all right.
This should be fun. All right, Bishop and Friend coming up 9 to noon. Yep, you too, Bo. Thanks a lot. It's 9 to noon right here on the Fan.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the chill? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train furnaces, including 0% APR for 60 months.
I like to go into the weekend on a high note, at least for this show. I know there's plenty of Friday left before you hit your weekend potentially, but Tyvis, this is just for you. Brutus Buckeye was at the Mascot National Championship earlier this week. And did he finish second to the Oregon Duck? Did he finish third to some other loser-ass mascot? No! He won the Mascot National Championship. The Spirit Squad for the Buckeyes also earned a national championship.
Good for them.
But Brutus got a 95.2 event score, put him ahead of Goldie Gopher from Minnesota at 95.
Gopher was second?
Yeah.
The Duck isn't even the second best in the Big Ten, Tyvis, and you were glazing him.
The third best in college football because Smokey from Tennessee ended up third. So, yeah.
The Duck is fun, man.
Duck didn't even rank. What a joke. Just like their football program.
That's because he lost his head in the one game.
That's right.
Just haven't been the same.
No, he hasn't. That's right. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. We will be back on Monday, hopefully surviving the White Death this weekend. Be careful out there. It's Bishop and Friends coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, your drive times around the metro are still looking pretty great and pretty average this time around, but we are seeing windy conditions on our roads. So, of course, folks, keep both hands on the wheel and slow down. Watch out for objects blowing across the roadway if possible, and keep a safe distance between yourself and other cars around you. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic. Have a safe